Hey y'all, just a little disclaimer for this episode. I do have cats, and one of my cats, Fauna, decided it was howling hour, so if you hear meows in the background, that is why. And also, the audio is kind of crap because I recorded this on my phone because my computer was not my friend the week I recorded this episode, so the audio is kind of But stay tuned till the end of the episode because we will be playing a short little sneak peek of Richard's new song, which is out May 12th. So stay tuned for that and enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back. You're listening to Next in the Queue. This is an interview-based podcast that connects listeners with musicians, writers, producers, really anyone that's into music through curated playlists. Today, I'm joined with Richard.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Let's just get into it. When did you first start getting into making music?
I basically, I took piano lessons from, a young age, and then sort of started to teach myself how to play by ear more so, just learning songs I wanted to learn how to play. And there were sort of instruments around the house, there was a guitar, a couple guitars, and my dad played music, and I would just try and teach myself Pinball Wizard on the guitar or whatever, and then I was a percussionist in the school. So from elementary school I learned how to drum.
Yeah, I played clarinet.
Okay. Were you in marching band at all?
No, I wasn't in marching band. I did it in middle school, but I retired after middle school.
Okay.
And I no longer played clarinet.
Clarinet's really cool because then you can switch over to saxophone.
Yeah, because it's another reed instrument? Okay,
yeah,
I was I need to pull all my knowledge from middle school back.
I guess it's the same thing, but it's pretty cool. But just that sort of idea, and played in a band in high school and started writing songs and trying to figure out GarageBand and
Do you think your dad playing music helped at all?
Totally. He also played a bunch of cool music around the house. He would play the Sade CD a lot, which I loved, and a lot of Van Halen. He loves Van Halen. I think his brother got married when I was a little kid, and then we went to this wedding, and they had a live band, and my dad went up and sang with this live band Beautiful Day by U2, and I was that's so cool, I totally want to do that.
And then you did it. So what was your band like in high school?
It was a indie, surfy, very Long Island indie band, with some grungy rock stuff. I don't know.
I feel everyone that I've interviewed or talked to is super cool and is in bands in high school, and I was I just listened to music in high school and watched Skins.
That's amazing. But I feel we were all doing that, But also I don't know. I definitely loved playing in a band. That was really cool. I feel it felt it was just those friends of mine, and we would hang out all the time and write together and stuff. I feel I don't really do that so much anymore, a band,
Yeah.
I'm just working on songs and then teaching friends, it's kind of something like that. Yeah, that sounds great, But what's up with the bands? We need more bands. There are bands,
but yeah, I feel a lot of people are solo and then just get their friends to help them out.
Totally.
When you're playing.
Which is great and timeless, but it's also I don't know.
Something about the teamwork.
Something about that teamwork.
So what are some of your influences when you're creating music?
I feel a lot of non-musical things, whatever like TV shows or movies I've been watching have a lot to do with it. And then the music, like in those, if I really like am affected by how the music works to tell that story, you know, and I'm like, oh, that's like a really weird move to use that instrument for that thing.
What are some media stuff that you've been into lately?
Lately, I've been, let's see, I've been watching, it's always changing. I feel like I did just start watching The Last of Us because all my friends kept playing.
Yeah, tonight's the season finale.
I know, I'm behind. I'm only on like...
It's okay. I started watching because my roommate scared me into thinking that spoilers were going to happen. So then I was like, okay, I have to watch it now because I don't want it to be spoiled.
Well, that was like happening. Like if I go on Twitter, people are like just like saying crazy things.
Yeah. It's like Euphoria all over again. You can't like be an hour behind. You have to be watching it at like whenever it's on, like 9 p.m. or...
That's fun though. Like I love the idea of like however many million people tuned into like the Seinfeld finale or whatever, and like everyone, or like my like English teacher in like middle school told me the story about I don't know if you've seen The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Well, it has like a very controversial ending, and everyone was like watching it to the point where it ended and there was like an audible like what, like from like multiple apartments or whatever.
That's so funny. I feel like The Sopranos is a very New York thing that I need to like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm past it now. I feel like I'm too late in the game to watch it.
No way. That's Johnny Cakes.
Yeah, I know. I was going to ask you about that. I was going to say like Johnny Cakes is inspired from The Sopranos. Who's your fave Sopranos character?
That's really hard. Oh my goodness, that's like a nearly impossible question. I might just go like Paulie Walnuts. I love Paulie.
I'm gonna have to trust you on because I've never seen it.
He's a psycho. He's awesome.
Oh, okay.
It's really funny. Or like Furio, maybe. I like Furio. I watched EO recently. Have you seen this movie?
What's it about?
It's about this donkey, and it takes place in Poland. And I didn't know anything about it. All I knew was like a movie about a donkey, and it was Polish, and it was recommended to me by some friends I trust. But I feel like going into it with like little knowledge was kind of really good. It really affected me. It really kind of fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, I've been going into a lot of movies blind recently. A really funny story is like when Hereditary came out. Yeah. All I knew was that it was a horror movie, and I took one of my friends to see it with me. And we were so shocked watching that movie. Yeah. And my friend afterwards was like, Tope, I thought this was like going to be a family drama. Like, you said Hereditary, and I was like, she was like, I was thinking like maybe like Family Lines, stuff like that. I was not thinking
that's like what the director says about it in interviews.
Really?
So he's like, you know, like it's basically like a family drama. It's like,
but not really.
It's kind of a little bit something else as well.
Yeah, and I watched Infinity Pool recently.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That has Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård in it. I went into that blind too.
Yeah, me too. I went into that like totally blind. I knew the director.
Yeah, and then I was like, I know it's horror, and I know like what type of horror he usually does. So I'm like, it'll be fine. What did you think? Like, let's try not to spoil it, but like, what did you think about it? Yeah,
I like definitely had some mixed things. I liked it. But then there were certain things about it that I like, absolutely really didn't like. I don't know what I want to like. I'm not going to spoil anything, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think it. I like how like full of itself it was. It was like we're just gonna do this for like a really long time, and you're just gonna like sit through it. Like I like that kind of stuff. And I think like Mia Goth was awesome. Just like totally like an insane, amazing person. Yeah. And I just liked how freaky it was. I just liked the freak shit. Like,
no, what was crazy is like I don't know why I interpreted from the poster that like Alexander Skarsgård is the antagonist in the movie. I was like shocked. I was like, okay, when is he gonna be the villain? Right. And then it never happened. Did not happen.
Did you see his other movie, Possessor?
Which one? Yeah, I've seen Possessor. That's the one with like Christian Abbott, maybe.
I don't know.
He's in Girls.
Oh yeah. He's the lead, isn't he? Yeah. He's good.
Maybe it's Christopher Abbott. I don't know. One of the two.
I know the person though. Yeah.
No, yeah, that one was also insane.
Yeah, that one to me felt like a giant, like, Black Mirror episode or something.
Yeah. And sometimes I hate those type of movies, but I really like that.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good too. I'm totally with you on that. Normally I'm like, but yeah, that one worked for me. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else that's been inspiring you musically?
Honestly, a lot of other music these days. Like,
who are some favorites?
I'm obsessed with what's happening in, like, the UK, like Dean Blunt and like Michael Levi and Bar Talia. I don't know. I threw them on a bunch of books on the playlist, but I'm just like obsessed. And Joanne Robertson, who just released a new album, like I think today, which is really, really good. I just like love what all that stuff is happening over there. It's really good.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of post-punk stuff was happening in the UK. That's really good. Yeah,
it's so good. I think when Emma was just there with like Eva, they were just like, oh, we're gonna go to Bar Talia tonight, and then Eva was like, oh, like the band, and it was like there's also like a place apparently called Bar Talia. So that sounds fun. They should play. Bar Talia should play at Bar Talia.
They should play there.
Yeah, I'd see that.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but Fauna's going insane. I forgot that she's found her voice.
Oh, it's a
She's
good
like
voice.
found her voice recently.
Yeah, what a special voice. Hi.
What's going on?
Oh my goodness, so precious.
What's happening?
I think like the boys I live with are twice the size. Like actually.
They're little babies.
I know.
I'm telling you. Like I'm like, grow already. I need you to grow double in size. They're like 4 pounds.
Wow, yeah, I think they're like close to like 15 pounds.
Damn.
It's wild.
She probably hears Francesca in there. Francesca's her favorite person.
Aww.
She's like, Francesca, let me in.
Yeah, I love how vocal she is. That's so cool.
No, yeah, Flora's like not vocal at all. Let's give her a minute to try and get her yayas out.
So what have you been listening to and watching recently?
Yeah, I've watched The Last of Us. I watched Piggy yesterday, which is like a Spanish film.
Oh, okay. Piggy? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was like a horror movie. I don't know. I didn't really like it. It was like a revenge horror type movie. Yeah, it was like about a girl who got bullied, and then she saw the people that bullied her get abducted, and then it's just like from there, chaos and stuff happens.
Whoa, that sounds like really heavy.
Yeah, it was good. I don't
know. Like a new movie?
Yeah, I think it came out in 2022.
Oh, cool.
I think it's on Amazon Prime. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, you should watch it. What else have I been watching or listening to? I don't know. Have been listening to a lot of like New York stuff, like a lot of people that are based here.
Yeah, what's exciting you in New York?
I don't know. Like I like Yahweh Nailgun a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Model Actress, of course. I mean, Emma's been releasing really good singles.
Yeah. I'm like really excited about the stuff me and Emma have been working on. I gotta show you some of that. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so you just recently headlined. How was that feeling compared to like opening?
Yeah, crazy. It's like so. That was wild. That was like the weirdest, most like amazing, and like strangely seamless night. Like it was just
it went together really nicely.
It just went like so well, and I felt like there were so many people. It was really crazy. I felt a lot of good love, energy, and I loved the bill. Like I just like everyone loved all the acts, and
Yeah, they were really good. Like, Rennie Conti really surprised me. Not in, like, I knew they were talented, but just, like, live, it sounded so much different
so
than,
good.
like, recorded.
Totally, like, the tracks sound so good, but I loved seeing it like that. It's so good. Yeah, Rennie's awesome, and, like, Abby and them. Lazy Lazy's so good. Yeah, I don't know, it just felt, like, really good. Like, there's so many shows also where there's just, like, a weird vibe, like, before. With, like, you know, other bands playing. I don't know. It just wasn't that. It was just, like, we were all friends, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah, obviously.
I feel weird asking about it. I'm like, how did it feel to headline?
No, that was, like, actually, like, yeah, that was, like, the most amazing part. It was just like, wait, what? Like, when I got that, I don't know. It was just very cool. So, yeah, thanks. It was an amazing experience. And it inspired me to, like, want to play more shows. Because I feel like, honestly, a year ago, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to play live again. I'm, like, done, I think, you know. Almost about a year ago. And then I, like, was like, oh, I'll try and, like, get a band together. And I was like, okay, that was fun. And then I tried it again. I was like, that was really fun. And then, yeah, that was, like, the last thing I did was that. And I was like, oh, this is really fun. I felt really good.
How come you didn't want to play shows before?
How come? I think I was just, like, going through some crazy life things. And I think I also wasn't, like... I'm not gonna say I wasn't thinking straight, but I was definitely, like, going through it in general. And then I was like, this is the last thing I want to do, because it causes me, like, a sort of really intense amount of negative feelings. Like, still my favorite part of playing a show is, like, when I'm done.
Yeah. Because
then it's like, oh, cool, I did it. I can chill. I can, like, party. I can, like, enjoy the rest of the show. I didn't get to do that, really. This is the first time I didn't play with someone after me.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, was having, like, a panic attack in the bathroom upstairs or whatever, you know. But it was okay. It was really good. And I felt like the people I played with, it was the first time I played with all of them, so...
Yeah.
And they just were unbelievable from the first time we, like, rehearsed. I knew they would be, because they were all friends, but we've never, like, played together, really, so... but I knew they were all, like, amazing and pro, and... Yeah. I felt like that was, like, the best show I've played yet, for sure. It was so fun. I sold some t-shirts, too. It was cool.
Fun. Yeah, the t-shirts are sick.
Yeah.
But I didn't get one.
I was, like, freaking out the whole time. I was, like, before I was here, I was just, like, wearing my headphones, like, Wikipedia, like, Jester articles, and I'm, like, stressing out, and I'm like, I'm actually going to be really cold. It's really cold out. And then I went outside, and I was like, I'm too hot. And I, like, unlayer. And then I was just like, okay, wait, what am I going to say? But yeah, like, I totally forgot that. But I'm going to give it to someone or something.
It's okay. So yeah, you released 3 singles in 2022. What's next in 2023?
Yeah, I have another single that's being mixed right now that I'm really excited about. I did it with an amazing producer friend, and my other friend who's, like, this fantastic mix engineer is mixing it, which is really cool because he does a lot of, like, he does a lot of, like, different sort of, like, normally he's not mixing, like, indie music or, like, weird music. He's doing a lot of, like, K-pop, and which is, like, amazing, and he's, like, such a pro, but, like, he's definitely getting this really cool sound with this bizarre, like, synth guitar, like, YouTube MP3 compressed vocals song that I made, and it just sounds really sparkly in a good way, and, like, also bad in a good way. Like, I downgraded a lot of the audio before sending it, and I don't know, it just feels, like, really good. I love the song, so I guess the plan is release this single and then, like, a little EP, and then I have this album I've been just working on for a long time now, and that'll come after, I think, for sure.
Cool.
I guess like a 6-song EP this year, and then I might just release like a one-off cover and just some other like songs I've been doing with friends, just as like singles.
She's going
I'm obsessed with them.
She's going wild up there. Okay.
They're so funny, those two.
So for the playlist you chose, Jestercore.
Yeah.
And I had to have you explain it to me before you came on, because I was like, I feel like I know what this is, but I need you to explain it.
You know what? I'm like really curious as to like what you think it is, because I honestly I still don't really know. It's not like a fully fleshed out thing, in my silly opinion, but I don't know.
Okay, tell us about it. What your ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I've just been like talking about with friends for a while now, just like that there's definitely a lot of music happening in our friend group, and we're all playing in each other's bands, and there is a thing where a lot of the music sounds pretty different from each other, but we're all still like going to each other's shows and like on the same bill. But there is like a thread, and I guess I've been trying to figure out that thread of like why it all sort of works. Yeah, like I think I was just like joking out with friends one day. There's something, I don't exactly remember, but someone said like jester, and we're just like, oh, that's like kind of like that's what we've been up to. We just like some foolish, like, some foolish, friendly, slightly medieval thing going on.
Yeah.
Fantasy, and I don't know. I picture like swords and like armor, but also like everything else attached to that, spells, and I don't know what any of this means, but I think there is like a sound to it too. I think there is like a clear sound as well that I kind of like tried to hone in on specifically for like this playlist. Like, what is like jester? Yeah. Going full jester, you know?
Going full jester. I feel like when I was like listening to the playlist, I feel like a lot of the songs, and like just from like going to shows like with you, Emma, on the bill, I feel like a lot of it is storytelling in like a whimsical kind of way. So that's how I kind of interpreted it.
Totally. I mean, like the lyric is super important, I think. Like there's like a like very picturesque storytelling, and yeah, Emma's really good at it.
Yeah, like even Emma like adds like a live element to like a doll. So
totally. Like yeah, the like a doll stuff is so good. And yeah. Like animals, like it's just like yeah, the way that the word, yeah, it is whimsical, it is for sure, but there's also like this weird thing like where like a lot of the stuff in like Dean Blunt is doing is like it's got these weird sampled like string parts that feel like looty and fast-paced. A lot of like there's like a minor element to a lot of it, like there's like a darkness. I don't know, I did a bunch of research on like proper jesting.
Give me your scientific research.
I mean, you know, I think it's like...
What are the findings?
Well, I just thought there's some things that were just like kind of interesting was the jester was a kind of an important role. Like
It's a professional.
They were, yeah, they were professional. They were high up there. They were not. They were usually very intelligent and witty. They had to have a very specific set of skills. Like they all had to play a musical instrument, basically, and tell stories by memory. They had to have like a certain kind of story for the kids, royal kids. They had to have like battle stories for royalty and the adults and stuff, and a lot of farting. Like that was like really, yeah. Like if you could like fart, that was like pretty good.
Like you there fart on command.
Yeah, like
okay, you've got the job.
If you could fart on command, you get the job. Yeah, they'd be like they could like sway governments and like start wars. They had the king's ear a lot of the time. There were women jesters, which is like fucking cool. Like, because there's this thing called jester's privilege, where the idea is that like because you're a jester, you could kind of like say anything and people will kind of be like, but it's just like the fool, you know.
I was about to ask like a flip side of that. I was going to say, like, do they ever get into trouble, you know, like they say the wrong thing? That's
the thing, like that wasn't really a thing, you know, unless they were like giving a message to the opposing forces, like trying to get hostages back, or maybe like trying to come up with a sort of peace treaty, and they said something, they were relaying a message from the king, and they did not like what they heard. They might like put you in a catapult and like catapult the fool across the battlefield.
Oh my god, interesting.
But like it was usually not the person they were like under, you know, who would like, they'd be in the courts like actually like saying like really wild things. But I think a lot of it has to do with fashion too. Like they all made their outfits. Yeah. A lot of like multicolored stitching and patterns and like mismatching. That had to do with like the unpredictability of them. And in general, like I just think all that stuff is really cool, and I feel like I see that with like what our friends are doing. Like I don't know, people that we've been hanging out with and what's going on musically. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying really hard to like make a thing of this, but like
it's always fun to make a thing.
It's fun. I don't care. Whatever. Like,
what would be the difference between Jestercore and clowncore?
Yeah. So to me, that's a big difference.
Big difference.
Well, there's like a duo, right?
Yeah.
Clowncore.
Yeah, clowncore is a duo. They were at Elsewhere the other day.
Yeah.
They're so good.
They're so good. I saw some clips of them. I was like, this shit is awesome.
No, it was super wild. Like, it was like, because it's like experimental jazz. My coworker was gonna bring their parents. It was not a parent-friendly show. She was like, thank God I did not bring my parents.
What was like
They were just like, they had like LEDs like screen display, and it was just kind of like, you know, penises. Like, I feel like it was a fake penis, but they pulled a dick out on stage and started playing with it, but I feel like it was fake. I don't know what was happening. Yeah, like, she was like, why would I ever bring my parents? And, like, there was just, like, imagery along with them playing stuff that was just, like, funny, but, like, interesting.
It sounds like pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Well,
clowncore.
I would say, yeah. Hardcore.
Clowning.
Maybe clowncore is more so. Well, you said it was like jazz.
Yeah, it's like experimental jazz.
Experimental. Kind of. I would say maybe the biggest musical difference is that if that's got more of a jazz brain, I feel like the sort of jester thing's got more of a classical or like Baroque thing.
Yeah.
That's a little more straightforward. You can still have jazz brain with it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but I think it's definitely experimental in a very different way. Maybe.
And what are some of your favorite songs from the playlist? I can pull it up also. I have it here.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, definitely like the Stina stuff is like huge. I'm just obsessed with her. She's like my favorite ever, I think. And like the sounds from the drums, and there's like definitely like a chugginess. And Nina with like those albums are so good. Grouper. I mean, I threw this like Berserk song from like the anime, the original one from the 90s. This is like the greatest soundtrack ever. And it's like the best show ever.
I'm scared to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, you don't want to?
No, I feel like I've heard like bad things about it. Yeah. Not as in like it's bad, just like content-wise.
It's really...
I don't want my feelings hurt.
It'll destroy you forever, pretty much, yeah. It's like the greatest thing, though. It's so good. But it's really dark. That's like a full jester show. Yeah, that's on there. Double Virgos, super sick. Oh yeah, You Bet. I mean, You Bet's like...
No, yeah, they're super...
amazing. Like, yeah, probably like doing my like favorite thing in like New York right now. And that's like super jestery thing. Yeah, let's see. A lot of Liz Phair. Sparkle Horse.
Sparkle Horse is pretty good.
Love Sparkle Horse. But I would say something like the Strawberry Switchblade track is like pretty sonically different than a lot of this other stuff. Because it has like a lot of synthesis and whatever. But like the structure and the harmony is all... It feels really fluid with the other stuff to me. I don't know. And like Shoo Shoo. And there's a Stone Temple Pilot song, Tirza. I threw a Syd Barrett song on here this morning. I feel like that's also important. Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely one of my favorites too.
No, yeah, I love them. ML Booch. I don't know how to say it.
I don't either, but I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed with them.
There's a really funny thing where my, like the Spotify Wrapped thing, like my top 5 most listened songs were like all their songs. You're like, oh. I was like, wow,
maybe I like them a little bit.
I can't even like post this. I don't know.
Sometimes I do it. No, I think the year that WAP was popular, it was my 5th most listened to song. I blacked it out and I did it. And then I posted my Spotify.
So good.
I was like, it's a good song, but I don't want people to know that I listened to it enough times.
I feel like that's
my top 5.
I feel like, oh damn, that's such a good song. Yeah.
I was like, I think, when was that released? Was that released in 2020 or 2021? Anyway, I was probably unemployed at the time. I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah, that song rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This is sort of like an idea. Honestly, if I'm being real, like looking at this playlist, I'm just like, oh, this is just what I've been listening to. Like, which is...
But you put a label on it.
I put a label on it, and like, I'm trying to...
And we're gonna make Jestercore happen.
We have to make it a thing. I think it's already a thing, and there's just no name for it.
Exactly, you named it. Like, what's it called? Indie Sleaze now. That wasn't named until 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jestercore, you heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. This is what's happening in New York. In
2 years from now, people are gonna be like, "Have you heard of Jestercore?"
Yeah, like if you haven't, where the hell have you been?
Obviously, not online.
Not online. Not even in real life. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want to plug?
New music coming out. I'll have an EP and then I'll do an album. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to plug, I guess.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for having me.
I'll put all your socials in the description. So.
Yeah, throw the socials.
Yeah.
What if I sent you like all fake socials?
All fake socials? I mean, then the other person would get the followers. Yeah. It would just be a jest, honestly.
It would be a jest, yeah. That'd be like using my jester's privilege.
Yeah. All right,
Sick.
yeah. Thank you for listening. You've reached the end of the episode. Richard has a single coming out May 12th, which is next Friday, so you should definitely check it out. And as promised, we're gonna play a little short clip of it right now, so stay tuned, and thanks for listening.
And wouldn't mind, but I still pry you open. I wish you lied about those nights, and now my sight's good.